I'm a pawn in this game of life. We call chess that word that manifests. Dear Lord, I try my best to break the chains of flesh. Mind gone, now words that sometimes I couldn't check. False hopes I never say, his covenant they broke. Gave his son who gave us hope to keep our boat afloat. Sometimes my thoughts are disturbing, now what's our purpose? Fear God, keep his commandments, stay a humble servant. In the end, it's all worth it. Now am I worth it? If I told you yes, then I'm a serpent. We was cleansed with the blood of Christ. The folks are serve you here to warn the people about our King's second coming in you. Shh, be quiet, I think I heard another trumpet.
This life is easily lost if you don't understand the cost of it all. Arrogance blinds the eye from seeing pride, the cause of the fall. Giving the sin in everything we do and all that we think. Spiritually weak and on the brink and in the blink sink. Deep undercover, can't trust a mother, got nowhere to turn. Heartfelt decisions, just trying to survive, get back, never burn. Lose track of time, third eye was blind, I'm falling behind. Now we in line, judged for words, deeds, and thoughts of the mind. We realigning with the purpose and plan, the whole duty of man. Feel your heart when God is holy command. Put off the flesh, began renewing the mind. Used to lay down with dogs, scream Yahoo, do it in kind. In this world, most people are common haters, that's commentators. Armor rights, that's just to say it. The mind gone, heart of stone with many layers. Can't ask for favors, they'll come and attack you later. Asking what's the wager, what's the compound that you made of. Tell them something major, but still nothing but just a vapor. Wants to be a waiter, patient servant that's to his neighbors. Waiting, that's on the savior, the savers beneath the maker. Being meek is braver than hustling to keep your paper. I'd rather keep his favor and die trying to be a slave. Let's be an evil slayer instead of giving an evil prayer. Lord, come up and help us and hope that these people wake up saying,
The Bible says, to fear God and keep his commandments is the whole duty of man. That's the only reason why you're here, to serve the true and living God. I think God has been telling you about that blonde-haired, blue-eyed God, that God will tell you you can do anything you want to pray over. But that's going to be laid at the feet of these jackhead preachers.
They do lies of false religions at us. Got us bowing down to breaking rise. Y'all see what y'all doing? Slave ships and iron yokes. Yeah, since the beginning we've been spiritual. You already know. We the chosen people. That's why they hate us, but they want to be us. Secrets out, baby. My Bible found out we the Jews. Yeah, niggas kept secret for headline news. bloodline of the seed of Jacob. 12 tribes, they know what's salam alaikum. Hell no. We the holy ones, them cats over there faking. Khazars, the synagogue of Satan. I'm just waiting for the second coming, praying. My people get it right, ain't no time for wasting. You worship wood and stone, praying to idol gods. I denounce the pagan myths and praise I came into this truth, it's been going down. Lies been exposed every time I turn around. See it now, show thyself approved. 2 Tim 2:15. That's why you just can't tell me any okay. Y'all praises due to the Father and the Son. Honor and respect for my mother wisdom. Just trying to get into the kingdom, ain't no questioning. Looking on my side, Jesus Christ for eternity. I came into this truth, it's been going down. All fake friends get exposed, even family now. Every time I pray, that's my daily sacrifice. I'm struggling with these sins. I pray the Father see my plight. I use the Bible for understanding, they ain't teaching right. They got us breaking holy days and everybody white. I'm just trying to clear my heart and get my mind right. One and the same. They stand with the Father's word, but trust it ain't a game. Know y'all got a judgment coming. When Christ return, gon' have Babylon and Edom running. You bastards too, shall cease the law is dead now. To the lake of fires where y'all headed, no need to cry now. I tell my people, come about them churches, leave now. Leave now. The Baptist the Messiah, he won't let you down. Leave now. Judgment has been given, yeah, he got your crown. Keep the commandments in your walk, the kingdom will be found. Since I came into this truth, it's been going down. Lies been exposed every time I turn around. See it now, show thyself approved. 2 Tim 2:15. That's why you just can't tell me any okay. Y'all praises due to the Father and the Son. Honor and respect for my mother wisdom. Just trying to get into the kingdom, ain't no questioning. Looking on my side, Jesus Christ for eternity. Head bow, hands up, face Jerusalem. All praise, how we pray to the Father. Solomon told us to. All praise, keep the feast days. I don't do the folly days. I rip the prophets and the law, dog in every way. I live like mother, runs like father. You will live, Lord. Don't be gossiping. Don't be no whore among law. Don't be scared and praising with your chest out. Do the same blood and use the same blood. Since I came into this truth, it's been going down. Lies been exposed every time I turn around. See it now, show thyself approved. 2 Tim 2:15. That's why you just can't tell me any okay. Y'all praises due to the Father and the Son. Honor and respect for my mother wisdom. Just trying to get into the kingdom, ain't no questioning. Looking on my side, Jesus Christ for eternity.
All praise, honor, and magnificent glory is unto our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Ishak, and the Elohim of Yaakov. To our uncrowned King, Yeshua Mashiach. He gonna come back, and you can bet your last money it's gonna be a stone gas honey. He gonna get it right. He gonna settle every controversy on the face of this earth for Israel, because of Israel, and even between Israel. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. The called out ones, the elect of the Most High. I know it ain't easy. I know it ain't light. Like we said, if you hold on to the end, the payoff is going to be well worth it. I got my boo with me. He wrote the truth tellers in the field. Say something to the people, bro.
Shabbat shalom, family. Shabbat shalom. Let's get it on in.
All praises, all praises. Without any delay, bro, we're going to get right into the title of the lesson. The title of tonight's lesson is, Our Young Men Have Fainted, and Our Daughters Are Tainted, and the light of hope continually grows dim. It continually grows dim. If you hoping that our children are going to turn around, if you hoping that a wholesale change is going to happen, get it out your mind. It ain't. We know that only a remnant is going to be saved. We know the world that is now was made for many, but the world to come but for a few. Now, I've been doing research on this lesson for almost, I don't know, 2 months now. And I wanted to play some of the videos or snippet from a video or some of the videos I've been looking at and studying. But like I told my brother, I told my real, it's just too much profanity in all the videos. Now, I've been looking at these videos, like I told him, I looked at videos from Alaska to Florida, from Maine to Arizona, from the top of the country to the bottom of the country. And when you study our children, when you study our young people, if you could, in your mind, turn off the different accents from the different parts of the country, if you could just tune them out and just listen to what they say, they all saying the same thing, they all think the same way, and they all got the same mindset. I don't care. It would surprise me that Alaska, wherever Israel is, I don't care if Israel has messed up everything. The book teaches us that the whole world is out of course because the priest nation is out of its way. We were the ones supposed to be teaching the nations. And because Israel is out of place, the priests are out of their place, our children, they through booking. It's over with. And when I tell you it's over with, it's over with. Yeah, we're going to snatch some brands out the fire here and there. But I'm telling y'all, when you look at and start talking to some of these children, some of these kids, and start looking at some of these videos and looking at their mindsets and the way they mind tricked out, and we get through reading these scriptures, y'all gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, you need to be fasting and praying. Yeah, we need to be doing outreach. Yeah, we need to be standing on the corner crying aloud and sparing not. We need to be doing that because our people are far gone, family. Far gone. And it's all because of what we've done and our forefathers have done that have put our children in this cesspool that they're in right now. There's a cesspool out there. We finna read about it. Let's go to the first script, bro. We start out in the Apocrypha. We go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 12. Let me pull it up in the room for the people. We're going to Wisdom of Solomon. We're going to start at verse 1. Bro, we're going to read the 1 through the 13. When you get it, go ahead and feed the people.
All right, so we're at Wisdom of Solomon, 12.
Mm-hmm.
For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore, chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord.
Now, he said, for thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. So even in the wickedness that or the besiege that's been set on Israel, his spirit is in that. Mm-hmm. And he said, chasten them little by little. We've been afflicted over here since 66 AD, since the siege, for almost 2,000 years. And we've been getting afflicted little by little. Continue to read, bro.
Verse 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitations of the Holy Land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murders of children, and devourers of men's flesh, and feasts of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
So you see, you got, even today, you got idolatrous crews that love to shed blood. Me and the Baruch were just talking about the rap culture, the gang culture that's in America. And pretty much if you rap it now, you in a gang anyway. But more importantly, more poignantly, the drill rap, where they even talk about the murders that they do in the streets. And then they go back and make a song about shooting people's mamas and all that. How they kill people, how many shots. They shot one kid over 50 times in his face. His face was like hamburger meat. They were talking about it on the song. These are merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh. And they feast of blood. Souls destitute of help. Continue to read.
Verse 7. That the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of God's children. Nevertheless, even those that spurst as men and didst send wasps, forerunners of thine host, to destroy them little by little. Destroy them by little and little. Not that thou wast unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beast, or with one rough word, but executing thy judgment upon them by little and little. Thou gavest them place to repent, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice were bred in them, and their cogitation would never be changed.
He said, look, we already know, Father, that we know that you are not ignorant of them, this naughty generation. He said, and their malice was bred in. See, we got to take accountability for what's going on.
Yeah.
I was talking to this brother, and we were talking about before the class started, and we were talking about how sickening and debased these children are now. But guess what? We started them down the road.
Yeah. Yep.
As an ex-street dude, the stuff I did out there in the streets, and like me and this brother, what stuff he did, it led up to this.
Yep. I tell my wife all the time, man, when we look at the neighborhood I'm from, I feel hurt because I had a lot to do with that. The way it looked right now, I had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Because he said that their malice was bred in them. And that their cogitation is over with. It ain't going to never change. It ain't me saying it. I'm telling you, when we get to reading the scripture, y'all don't know exactly what I'm talking about. It's over. Continue to read, bro.
We have verse 11. For it was a cursed seed from the beginning.
It was a what?
A cursed seed from the beginning. Neither didst thou, for fear of any man, give them pardon for those things wherein they sinned. For who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish, whom thou hast made? Or who shall come to stand against thee to be revenged for the unrighteous men? For neither is there any God but thou, that cares for all, to whom thou mightest show that thy judgment is not upright.
And so these things, we're going to read these things that come upon our people, and it's not unjust or unright what the Most High is doing to them.
Right.
It's not unjust or not unright, because all the judgment of the Lord are righteousness. Because we about to get into it, we're going to touch on it. We're going to get into Deuteronomy 28 just a little bit, and in Leviticus 26 just a little bit. But these things are just and right because of what we did and what we continue to do. You hear people saying no, you hear a lot of women say ain't no good men. Well, hell, for the last 4 or 5 generations, y'all been raising them. Y'all the one been raising them. Y'all saying, the men made these women crazy. Y'all the one left the daughters alone.
Yeah.
What you mean? But we're going to read that it was prophesied that these things were going to happen. So if you don't like the product that you see, it's your fault. You had a part in it some kind of way. And you still sitting on your hands and on your laurels and ain't doing nothing about it. Let's go to the next place, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let me get out of this. Let me get out of this real quick. We'll go back to StreamYard. Then I'm gonna share my screen. I got a PowerPoint I want to share, brother. Let me pull it up in the room. Now I want y'all to look at this slide. Now this slide is a picture of just one of the games that's in Memphis. These videos and stuff I've been telling y'all about all over YouTube.
Yep.
This is one of the games here in Memphis. You see the drums, you see the long extended clips, you see what they on, you see the dudes smoking the blunt, you see it all. And they on there talking about any and everything. When I say they talking about any and everything, like I said, I want to play one of the videos on the broadcast. But man, look, I know we got the short leggers in the room, and some people got them sensitive ears.
Yeah.
So I even asked my rib right before, listen, baby, you think I can pull it off? She said, nah, baby, you better not. Because when I tell you it's debauchery, it's straight debauchery. Let's go to the next place. We'll go to Isaiah the 51. Let's go to Isaiah the 51. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at the 16, bro. We're going to pick it up at the 16. We're going to read 16 through 21. Like I said before, the leaders we don't have no leaders or no honorable young men as a whole nation.
Nope.
It's over with. Even your so-called one like TD Snakes, Mr. Powerbottom. You can't depend on the preacher. You can't depend on the moray. You got leaders of Israel telling sisters it's ways around the scripture just to get the drawers on the ground.
Mm.
Right here in Memphis, they telling sisters that. It's ways around the scriptures when it comes to marriage and being married and having another woman. What we're going to read about it. I ain't going to belabor the point. Go ahead, bro. 16, verse 16, what do it say?
Isaiah 51, verse 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people.
So we are his people. Continue to read.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drinking the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out.
And brother, ain't we drinking from a cup of trembling right now?
Yes.
We drinking from a cup of trembling, man. The fear of the Lord is on us. That's the reason why we going through. That's the reason why our children, our young men are fainted and our daughters are tainted. Man, we drinking from the cup of his fury right now. And we're going to prove that through the scripture. Keep reading.
Where we at, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she has brought forth. Neither is there any that taken her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up.
So, like I said it before, Hebrew, all your leaders, you go back all the way back, and your so-called political and religious leaders, if ain't not one of the prominent ones, the ones that have been propped up by Esau, told you to keep the commandments and turn back to the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not one. So I don't care how good they talk, how well educated they are. If they ain't telling you to do this, they ain't. He said there had been not one son brought up that had told the people what to do that was right. Not my word. You just heard the brother reading for yourself in the scriptures.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
We have verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee?
Nobody.
Desolation and destruction, and the famine, and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee?
It ain't nobody gonna get you out of this. And see, that's why the young men have fainted. They just gave up, man. I guess it's just a life we gotta live, and damn it, if I won't have to live this life, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability.
That's the
because everybody that tried to get you out of this. Everybody that told you story that's gonna get you out of this, it ain't nothing happened yet. We got more millionaires and black billionaires than we ever had in the history of man. We got more college educated so-called African American and black people than we never had in history. We got more politicians, black politicians in this country than we ever had in history. What good has it done? Look at your children. Look at the state of your nation, Israel. What good has it done? You got more mega churches and folks holler about Jesus, Jesus, Christ, Christ. What good has it done? You got people scared to step out their door, scared to go to a certain part of town, scared to go to a town. But you got all these folks with all this money and all this education and all this so-called quote-unquote religion. What good has it gotten you? The desolation, the destruction is on your head. Go ahead, bro.
We at 19.
Mm-hmm.
These two things are come unto thee. No, I'm sorry. We have verse 20.
20, yeah.
Thy sons have fainted.
Here go the title of the lesson.
They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
See, this is your rebuke, Israel. Your children have become your rebuke and your oppressor. They full of the fury of the Most High. That's why these kids, we wonder why these kids so angry. They full of the fury of the Most High. It's so easy for them to pull one of them automatic switches on one of them guns and shoot somebody 50 times in the face. They full of the fury of the Most High. He said they lie at the head of all the street. The head of the street is the corner. Now, if you don't think this is Israel, just go ride around any black neighborhood and see who's standing on the corner. You don't see the white man standing on their corner. Huh? They lie at the head of all the streets like a wild bull caught in the net. And they full of fury, man. They'll shoot you just where they look at you. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, hear now this. Thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
But not with wine. Is that it?
Yeah, that was it, 21.
That's it. 20, that's all I want. Let's go see why they so mad and they so angry and they so drunk and they so full of fury. Let's go look at it. Leviticus 26. Man, I wish I could have showed one of them videos. I promise you I do. Just one.
Well, all right, no.
But y'all go look at it. All you got to do is type your name of your city and type in games.
Yep.
And you don't get sick. You don't get sick to your stomach.
Yep.
All you gotta do is type up gangster rap and then type in your city. You don't get sick to your stomach. All you gotta do is type up drill rap and the name of your city, and you gonna get oppressed.
I ain't gonna lie. I told you, like I was saying before the class, I was shocked. My city got drill rap like that.
Yeah,
shocked. Like it's heavy here.
Epidemic proportions, Hebrew. Epidemic and pandemic proportions. And we got a few teachers in our assembly. Most High be with you. The Most High be with you. I couldn't do it. Leviticus 26, bro. We're going to pick it up at 14. We're going to read 14 through 18. Then we're going to skip down to 21.
All right. So we
have go ahead and feed the people.
Leviticus 26, 14, and it reads,
mm-hmm.
But if ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye will break my covenant, I will also do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning egg that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemy shall eat it.
And you're going to have children in vain. The seed of your loins you're going to be bearing children for nothing. And your enemies is going to eat it up. Ain't no poppy fields in the ghetto. Ain't no chemical plants in the ghetto. Ain't no armories in the ghetto. Where are they getting all this stuff from? When you see a van roll down the middle of the street at midnight and 4 crates fall out of it and they just pull off. They eat up the sin of my people. They know. They already know. Keep reading, bro.
Wow. Verse 21. And if you walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children, and destroy your cattle, and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate.
And these wild beasts that he's sending among you is the heathen and your own children in your neighborhood. Then he said that they were wild bulls caught in the net.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you're looking at the wild beast right there in the picture.
You looking at them.
Looking at them.
And I'm talking about brothers and sisters. I'm telling y'all, these kids ain't got no conscience.
Nah, they straight beast mode.
They ain't got no conscience. When I tell you, y'all need to go back. I'm telling you, go do your own. These kids ain't got no conscience, man. None. And you think that second Esdras, the 15, and second Esdras, the 16, and Matthew 24 ain't gonna come to pass? Man, you looking at it dead in the face right now. They don't even know. Keep reading, bro.
23.
Mm-hmm.
And if you will not be reformed by me by these things, but will walk contrary unto me, then I will also walk contrary unto you.
Ooh.
And will punish you yet 7 times for your sin.
You see that, D-Row?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do all this stuff to y'all, which he been doing, and we still ain't turned back to him.
Nah.
That's why I say it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get 7 times. Every time he go through a block of script, he say, I'm gonna punish you 7 times more, man. You think it's gonna get better? Then you ain't been reading your Bible.
No.
Because you ain't got nobody telling them to turn back and keep the commandments and turn back to their God. You ain't got no leaders. You got all the money. You got more money you never had as a collective people. You got more education than you ever had as a collective people. You got more churches than you ever had as a collective people. And it's still getting worse, ain't it? It's a dead monkey on the line. It's a dead monkey on the line somewhere. Keep reading, bro.
25.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
Yes, sir.
And when you are gathered together within your cities, I will send the pestilence among you. He shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy.
And when you gather together, need gangs. And when you gather together, need cliques. And when you gather together, you need town. I'm still gonna kill you if you don't turn back to me for the core of my controversy of my covenant. So yeah, you got the big boy switch on your gun. You got the 100-round drum on your gun. I'm still gonna kill you. I'm still gonna send the enemy after you. And guess what? All you so-called pious and holy people trying to live around, you got to deal with it too. Let's go to the next play real quick. Deuteronomy 28. You finished that, didn't you, bro?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 28 real quick.
All right.
Get a precept of that. Then we're going to get on into Deuteronomy 28. We're going to pick it up at the 54. We're going to read 54 through 59. Then we're going to read 64 through 68.
All right.
28 and 54. What do it say, my brother?
So that the men that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
So ain't no love. Ain't no love to the brother in the street. Ain't no love to his wife of his bosom. Ain't no love to the children. Tell me this ain't Israel. Tell me, it's over 311 sets or cliques in the city of Memphis alone. Over 311 of them.
Wow.
And they're killing each other like it's for free. They killing each other like ain't no love toward the brother. And the women raising the children, the men gone or either dead or in jail. Huh? But we're going to read the women ain't no better either. But keep reading.
55.
Mm-hmm.
So that he would not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat. He have nothing left in the siege and in the straightness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates.
So we know these are multifold prophecies. And guess what? Ain't a whole lot of money in the ghetto. So that's why they turn to drugs, stealing and killing. On where they gonna get some money. And he ain't trying to pay no child support now. He gotta get the big boy Nikes and the Gucci Manucci. So ain't gonna be no money left for child support. He gotta make it rain at the club and all that. Him taking care of his children gonna be a far second to him enjoying his so-called best life. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not have ventured to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for the delicacy, for the delicacy and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Tell me you ain't seen it. Tell me you ain't seen that. On a wholesale basis in Israel.
That's the family going at each other.
Yes. And she said, man, her eye gonna be evil toward her husband, toward her son, and her daughter. You got women putting their kids on stoops, but I ain't even get into it, man. Because this just played out, you understand, in my own family. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm talking about immediate. This script I just read, that you just read, it's playing out right now in my own immediate family. Yeah, like I said, he gonna hit home. Just wait. Give it a little time. Go ahead, bro.
57. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege of straightness. Wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Yes, sir.
If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed even great plagues.
And the plague of your seed gonna be great plague. The plague of your children gonna be worse than the plague I'm gonna put on you. That's why these kids now ain't even got a conscience. It was stuff when I was in the street, when this brother was in the street, it wouldn't even came in our mind to do. These jokers don't think twice about it. They plague's gonna be worse than yours. Go ahead, brother.
End of 59. And of long countenance, and of sore sickness, and of long countenance.
Long continuance.
Yeah, I'm sorry, continuance.
He said he's gonna be a long continuance. Boy, we've been getting dusted up for a while, ain't we, bro?
Yeah.
Long continuance. Skip down to verse 64 and read 64 through 68, man.
64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
No ease.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
Man, look at our children, bro.
Yeah.
Look, on a lot of them videos, bro, I'm talking about a bunch of them. The guy be interviewing, they be on the street, right?
Yeah.
And every time a car come by on cue, every last one of them head turn. They scared, man.
Yeah.
And dude asked him, man, why y'all keep turning around? Man, dude said, man, you don't take no chance on this block, bro.
The ops.
Yeah. Man, look, they had to duck out between the houses, you understand, and had their little meetings. Because every time a car come past, it could be the last car you see. Every time a car come past, without fail, I'm joking, look, oh, man, who that? And one dude told him, look, man, don't come through here If you come through here, you better have your windows rolled down and your hands on the steering wheel, or you don't, we turn you into Swiss cheese. That's how scared these guys is, man. Day to day. Finger on the trigger, itchy. Keep reading, bro.
66.
Mm-hmm.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Mm.
Thou shalt fear day and night.
Yeah.
And shalt have no assurance of thy life.
None assurance of thy life. Continue to read.
In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were evening. And in the evening thou shalt say, would God it were morning.
Mm.
For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see.
Man, do you know in one of them videos, one dude said he intentionally sleep until 2 o'clock. That way he only got to deal with the daylight hours, but for a short period of time. He only like to move really in the night. He'll stay in the house till almost 2 o'clock in the evening, so he won't have that much daylight when folks can see. Can't even walk down your own block. Scared to walk down your own block, man. And look, he talking and got a Draco in his waistband. And still don't want to have to deal with the daylight for a few hours. And you tell me these scriptures ain't real? Got a Draco in his waistband and still don't want to deal with the daylight but for a few hours. Keep reading, bro.
68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
I want to share something with the people. Since we just read that. I'm going to pull up this essay, bro. I don't know if you can see it, so if you can't see it, let me know and I'll read it. We just going to read. It's a 17-page essay. And the title of the essay is, let me pull it up. The Systematic Emasculation in History of American Institutional Effects on the Black Male, Dysfunction from 1700 to 1950. This is an old thing I got. But you know, I'm always doing research trying to find out about me, my people, and how we deal with it.
This over 250 years worth of study.
Yeah. This 250 years worth of study this brother put together. And we can't read it all, but we're going to read a little bit since we just got through reading that Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And he going to bring us in Egypt again by ship, or bring us into bondage again by ship. Can you see that yet, bro?
If you can make it just a little bit bigger.
Oh, I can make it bigger. Hold on. One of these, I know I can make it bigger. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Down there.
Yeah, that might say there go at the bottom.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. All right, go ahead. And when you get through reading this highlighted section, I'm going to scroll down and read another highlighted section because we can't read it all. We're just going to read the highlighted section. This part right here is the overview of the whole thesis, but go ahead and read.
All right, so we get the overview. The physical mistreatment and subjection of the Negro people during slavery and a different but equally malicious form of institutional racism in the decades since their emancipation have systematically distorted the psychology of Black males and the people in general, such that, as stated by Carter G. Woodson in The Miseducation of a Negro, I'm familiar with that book.
Yep.
When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him not to stand here or go yonder. He will find his proper place and will stay in it. You do not need to send him to the back door. He will go without being told. In fact, there is no back door. In fact, if there is no back door, he will cut one for his specific benefit.
So they ain't got to go tell us to kill each other. They ain't got to go tell us to leave our husbands, our wives, and our children behind. They ain't got to tell us to sell dope in our neighborhood. They got you programmed. You're doing it automatically now. When I drop the bricks in the neighborhood, y'all already know what to do and who to do it to. When I drop the guns in the neighborhood, when I tell you this is your block and this is your rag, I ain't got to tell you what to do. I'm already programmed to do. There's another quote by a brother. I wrote it down. It said, to conquer and control the people, you must destroy the love they have for one another. That's all you got to do. See, if this ministry get destroyed, I know it wasn't no love here. Yep. When a home get destroyed, man, the love is gone. When relationships get destroyed, ain't no love in there. The curses that came true on you. Continue to read. I'm going to scroll down to the next highlighted part, bro. All right, start reading right there when you see it.
All right. The Atlantic slave trade and manhood. The Atlantic slave trade, or Middle Passage, as it is sometimes called, began the process of emasculation. Emasculation for the African males en route to America. Daniel P. Black, in his book Dismantling Black Manhood, describes it as the slave initiation into a systematic degradation.
Degradation, that's right.
Designed to strip away his humanity and make him ready for the seller's block. This commodity, what is that?
Commoditization.
Commoditization.
We just made all that means he took you from being a human being to a commodity that can be bought and sold on the trading block.
Right.
Go ahead.
This commoditization, as it is referred to by Stephanie Smallwood in her work, Saltwater Slavery, was an acute blow to both his sense of self and manhood for the African male, who prided himself on being able to protect and defend his wife and family. No longer able to function according to his developed self concept, he became psychologically bereft and awash in a sea of shifting identity.
There it is. Keep going, bro.
If he could no longer function as a man, then how should he function? And more importantly, what was he?
See, this is part of the whole pimp player mentality and the game mentality. If they won't let me, if society and the white man won't let me be who I was, I just find me a place. And my place is to be a pimp or a player or a gang member or a leader of a gang. If I can't lead, I'm gonna lead somewhere. It's an innate inherent trait. But keep going.
So intense was this psychological shift as to induce deep depression and psychosis, sometimes leading to death. Some men threw themselves from ships, drowning themselves in the salt waters of the Atlantic Sea before they could be recovered by slavers, and others mysteriously were said to will themselves dead. Black states that men once stood in defense of their mothers and fathers' legacy, now under extreme duress, simply sat down and died.
You gonna have sorrow of heart and fail to die.
You just give up.
Hey, there it is in your face now. There it is in your face. He said men's hearts gonna fail them. Go ahead, brother.
They saw little reason to live, for their manhood had been rendered dysfunctional.
As it is to this day. Go ahead.
Under the circumstances, certainly this type of despondency is plausible.
Let me go around. Go ahead.
Hence, if the African male was no longer able to rely on his own virility and ability to provide and protect, upon whom was he to rely? As a matter of design, he could now look to none but his master, the one to whom the system had committed his entire being, the man upon whose will depended his food, his shelter, his sexual connections, whatever more success was possible within the system, his very security, in short, everything.
Yep.
The shift in the locus of control from eternal to external, self to master, is particularly insignificant as it relates to black male dysfunction because the concept of manhood and priority implies self-sufficiency or the ability to care and provide for oneself. Thus, under the condition of slavery, the black male became amorphous.
So he ain't independent no more. He dependent on another being to sustain himself. He's no longer an independent thinking, free will person now. Your structure has been set. As we read in Leviticus 20:26, I'm going to put you in your enemy's land, and them that hate you going to rule over you. Go ahead, brother.
Having the physical features and psychological functions of a man, but denied access to the role which fulfills the concept.
You see that?
Yeah, see that right there can drive somebody
in
all
the way.
Yeah.
You look like a man. You got the faculties of a man. Man, you ain't in control of your own destiny, your own will, your own making your own way in this life. Read the last part right here, bro.
The enslaved black male and manhood. The black man in slavery was no more able to cultivate a sense of self and manhood than he was during the Middle Passage. Everywhere that he turned, he met a law, institution, ideology, or individual that functioned to remind him of his inferiority.
Ain't that happening today, bro?
Yes.
Ain't that happening right now today? Keep reading.
Disallowing him agency, autonomy, or respect. Black males' dependence on his white master for every facet of his existence led to the iconic perception of slave owners as the man. Furthermore, slave codes, in essence, expressing the view that slaves are not people but property, serve to reinforce that black male's perception that he was indeed no longer a man but something else, lacking the autonomy, agency, or nature to produce a self-sustaining lifestyle.
You see that right there? Now you think this ain't happening? You think that ain't happening still happening? Why are these brothers like that? Why are these sisters like the way they are? Continue to read in the scriptures. Let's go to Jeremiah 9.
Wow.
Go to Jeremiah 9. In Hebrew, I hope you got your Red Bull because I'm going to finish this one out tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm on that.
Okay. I'm going to finish this one out tonight. We're going to try to keep it moving, but I want to give the people a fair warning. Jeremiah 9, we're going to read 20 through 24, Hebrew.
Let's do it.
When you get it, go ahead and feed the people.
All right, so I'm at Jeremiah 9, verse 20. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and every one of her neighbors lamentation.
Hey, let me give you a word to the wise, to all my sisters. Y'all better teach y'all daughters how to fast and pray and cry out to God, because they going to need it. I used to tell my daughters all the time, if you don't marry or get with a man in the truth, you ain't got no win. But I'm looking at the jokers that so-called quote-unquote in the truth, and these jokers just as sorry the ones out there in the world. You better teach your daughters how to wail. I'm giving you a fair warning now. You better teach them how to wail and put forth some lamentation. If you want them to have a shot in this life, you better teach them, and you better warn them. Because now, even the so-called joker in the truth ain't worth two dead flies with the wing cut off of them, smashed up against the window.
Nope.
Go ahead, bro.
For death is, verse 21, for death is come up into our windows and entered into our places to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets. Speak, thus saith the Lord, Even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as a handful after the harvestman, and none shall gather them.
None don't our kids still lay in the street when they get killed for hours at a time? They like dung on the ground. Go ahead, brother.
23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. For let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord which exercises loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
See, like I said, all the education in the world, and all the money in the world, and all the prestige in the world, man, you glory in that. Because you can hold up big stacks of money towards your head and fan them out on your arm and get in the Maserati. If that's what you banking on, if you banking on because you got 5 degrees and 4 DDT, if that's what you banking on, the Most High just told you something. He just told you something. So you can go get all the Air Force One and have a closet full of Air Force Ones and closet full of this and Givenchy and all that. You can all that. The Most High just told you something. If that's your plan. Where we at, bro?
Isaiah 1.
Yeah, let's go to Isaiah the 1. Isaiah, he said, man, death that came up in y'all windows. And y'all don't even know. And gonna have the young men laying out in the street. So you better have a wailing sister praying for you that's got the ear of the Most High. You better have, because death that came up in your windows now. Death peeking in and seeing who he gonna get the green light on tonight. It's gonna be, have you ever noticed it's more devilishness and murders and killings done on the Shabbat night and the Shabbat day than any day of the week? Have you ever noticed that? You ever thought about that? So if you got kids that ain't in the truth, death might be peeping in some windows tonight. Might be peeping in some windows. You better get somebody to know how to wail and cry out to the Most High. Now, the person that's wailing and crying out to the Most High got to be righteous now. Because the prayer of a sinner is an abomination unto him. Ain't that what the book say, bro?
That's what it say.
Oh, okay. So if you ain't righteous and you walking in sin, ain't no need you wailing. Because he said that's a smoke in his nose anyway. Isaiah the 1. Isaiah the 1. We're going to read 3 through 9. Bro, what do it say?
Isaiah 1 verse 3.
The
ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider.
They don't consider.
Sinful nation.
Sinful nation.
A people laden with iniquity.
Man, y'all laden. Y'all, it's iniquity on top of iniquity. You got layers of iniquity on top of you. Go ahead, bro.
A seed of evildoers. Children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should you stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick.
The whole head is sick.
And the whole heart is faint.
Is what?
Faint.
Oh, your young men have fainted. The young men have fainted, man. Go ahead.
From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores that have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Man, are we not a sick people? When you look at these videos and listen to these videos and listen to the rap song, they sick, man. It is sickening just to even hear it. It's sickening, brothers and sisters. Our nation is sick from the head to the toe. Nothing but putrefied, oozing pus out of us. That's all that's coming out of us now, man. As a nation of people. That's all that's coming out of us, man. Keep reading, Hebrew.
Verse 7. The country is desolate.
Yes.
Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city.
Hey, our holy land over there besieged. Even all our neighborhoods is besieged. The enemy come in, they sell you your houses. The enemy come in, they sell you your gas. The enemy come in, got stores in your neighborhood, they selling you your food. Even your so-called block that you call, you claim that you say it's your block, and you claim, nigga, you don't own nothing in that on that block.
Not even the house, you're paying rent.
You paying rent to a heathen, but you say that's your block and you killing folks over it and don't own nothing on it. You staying with your mama. And man, he said Israel became like a cottage in a vineyard of cucumbers, man. Everything growed up and you can't see none of the beauty of the cottage because everything that growed up, all the sin that covered you up, you laden with iniquity, and man, can't nobody see no good in you. Can't nobody see no beauty in you. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant.
And that's who we trying to reach.
Yeah.
That's who we trying to reach. Because he telling you in his own word, there ain't going to be very many. It ain't going to be very many in your house. It ain't going to be very many in your family. It ain't going to be very many in your neighborhood. It ain't going to be very many in your city. And it sure ain't going to be very many in your state. We trying to reach the remnant. Because the majority of them, they bound to drown in the lake with snake. A very small remnant. So when I say it's over, I ain't just talking out of emotion off the top of my head. It's over. They gone, man. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill for me to swallow when I think about my own family. But the majority of them, it's over. Just a hard fact of the matter. It's over with. Finish it out, bro.
We should have been as Sodom. We should have been like unto Gomorrah.
You see that? And you know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. So what's going to happen to the majority of Israelites? Let's keep it moving. Let's go to 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha.
This heavy, bro.
Man, this right here, boy. Hey, my wife tell I've been depressed, man.
It's heavy, man.
I've been depressed, brother. 2nd Esdras, bro. What'd you say, bro?
Nah, I was gonna say, especially, man, cause like as we reading, like I used to have this mentality, man. You know, yeah. I used to be that one living with my mama, claiming the block that we own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm talking about, and it's crazy you say that because I just had a conversation with a guy I grew up with, and he was with the female, and she asked him, "Why do you represent, Foldus like that? What is it about Post Road?" And he told her, he's like, "Man, I die for Post Road."
You see that?
Yeah,
and they all got that mentality, bro.
And he said at the time, when I was saying it, as it was coming out in my mind, I was like, "What are you talking about?" But like you said, that's just how we've been conditioned, man.
They've been conditioned, man. See, that's all they done left. See, that's all they done left the people, man. They ain't see the man, like we just got to read. The male ain't got no connection to this world or whatever the white man gave. He gave him the dope game. He gave him the pimp game. He gave him the murder game. So that's what they died on. And see, the Most High needed these wicked ass heathens to bring the punishment down on us. He said, even the wicked are set aside for the day of evil, man. You don't think he knew what he was going to do to us. So he had to set aside a wicked ass people to carry it out on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
We bought it on ourselves, though. Our ancestors bought it on us, and we continue to fall from grace. I got another lesson I'm working on called "Remember from whence thou hast fallen." We don't remember from what. See, we don't have no idea of what we used to be as a nation.
Yeah. No clue.
No clue whatsoever. But man, this is where we at these days and time, man. This is where we at, bro. Second hand. Did you finish your thought first of all?
Yeah. I was just saying, how I had that mentality, man, talking about I die for my neighborhood and all this, that, and the third. Crazy crap.
Crazy, man.
Crazy, man.
Man. But we glorified our hoods, though. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of the same thing. No wonder these young jokes, they done took it far further than what we had.
Yeah.
But we started it. And the ones before them started it with us.
Yep. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I got another little partner, man. He in prison right now. Been in there since he's 16. He about to turn 30. I had to apologize to him, man, because when he was out, when I was out there, I kind of like, I ain't gonna say took him under my wing, but him and his other brothers kind of looked up to me and what I was doing.
Right.
And it wasn't this what I'm doing right now. Let's just say that.
I feel you, bro.
You know what I mean?
I know what you talking about,
little brother, man. I'm like, me being your OG at the time, I was showing you the wrong thing, man.
Yeah.
And not saying what I was showing you led you to do what you did to get you them 60 years, but it didn't help not show you.
Right. It didn't give no alternative.
Exactly. The only alternative I gave was what I was doing. The kitchen, the Pyrex.
Yeah.
You can see what I'm saying? The money. So, and I had to apologize to that brother, man. I was like, forgive me for not being, a probably, dare I say, role model,
Right. Oh, that's a dirty word. That's a dirty word in the Hebrew Israelite community or so-called Negro community. Role model, responsible, accountability. When you say those type of words to an Israelite man or Israelite woman, it's like slapping their mama in her face.
Yeah.
They ready to kill you.
Come on, man.
Them dirty words to an Israelite.
I think if you got young brothers under you looking up to you or looking towards you for guidance, or bro, that's what you are, whether you want to be it or not. Whether you want to be it or not. And I think it's upon you to act accordingly, man.
Brother, we reading this Bible week in and week out. We see what our forefathers did then. And you see the state that we in, don't you? So whether you want to be or not, you are.
Yep.
You are. Second Esdras, bro. Second Esdras, we're going to pick it up at chapter 5. We're going to read verses 1 and 2, then we're going to skip down. Because we're going to see how the wickedness continues to multiply, especially among our people. Go ahead and pick it up at 1. Read that 1 and 2, then skip down.
All right, so Second Esdras 5, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of the truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above all that which now thou seest, and thou hast heard long ago.
You see that?
So it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse. So get it out your mind. I told you it's over with. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long. Whatever you heard, mama them told you long ago, and whatever you see right now, it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
I don't even know if I want to be here to see that, bro.
Man, what?
I think I want to be like Zephaniah or Zechariah. Say, hey man, just had me at rest.
Yeah, that was Job said it, and Haggai said,
yeah,
hide me in the grave till that ride be paid.
Come on, man.
Till my chains come.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir. Read 7 through 9, bro. No, 7 through 10. I'm sorry. 7 through 10.
All right. So we had verse 7. And the Sodomites sea shall cast out fish and make a noise in the night, which many have not known.
Now, the Sodomites sea. The sea is representative of people. And the sea of people are Sodomites. Mm-hmm. They doing everything on this. Now, you tell me this ain't going on right now today? The Sodomites sea casting out fish. They producing fish. And they making a noise. They doing stuff ain't never been heard of, man. You shoot a man 50 times in the face. You flushing your baby down the toilet.
Hey, you robbing, you murder somebody, and then y'all robbing for his wedding ring and robbing for his money in his pocket. Man, that hurt my heart when I heard that about my guy, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's unheard of.
You mean tell me you will run over an elderly woman trying to cross the street and keep going?
That's unheard of.
You trying to tell me that you gonna run up in the bathroom with little boys and little girls and try to rape them right in the public? The Sodomite sea gonna cast out a whole lot of fish, and they gonna be making noise or doing things that we ain't never known about. But guess what the end of that verse say? But they shall all hear the voice thereof. We gonna hear, we seeing about, don't we always hear about this kind of stuff now?
Yep.
There it is, right there in your face. There it is, right there in your face. Read that verse 8, bro.
There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mischievous women shall bring forth monsters.
And y'all done gave birth to a bunch of monsters.
Yeah, that's a
mistress woman is an unclean woman.
Wow.
See, all these unclean women, y'all, that having these babies, y'all done brought forth all these monsters.
They call themselves demons, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all smoking weed with them. Y'all drinking with them. You understand? Y'all let them sell weed at your house. Y'all let them talk to you any kind of way. Mistress and unclean women gonna give birth to monsters. And you gonna try to tell me these women ain't unclean today? Yeah. 9, what do you say?
And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another.
Oh, go ahead.
Then shall wit hide itself.
Then shall understanding and knowledge hide itself. Continue to read.
And understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber.
That's why you can't talk no sense to these kids today.
Yep.
The spirit of understanding been taken away from them. You can talk to you blue in the face, jump up and down on the table. It ain't going to make no difference.
No.
It ain't going to make no difference. Because the spirit of understanding has withdrawn herself from them, man. I sit there and try to talk to you, joking, man, and work. It ain't doing no good. But it got to be done. He said this gospel of the kingdom must be preached into all the world for a witness. Not that they're going to receive it. That when the judgment comes, they ain't going to have no excuse. It's going to be a witness against you.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10. And shall be sought of many and yet not be found. Then shall the uprightness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth.
Then the unrighteousness and out of control behavior is going to be multiplied on it. Y'all don't see it? Y'all don't see it? That the unrighteousness and the lack of self-control has been multiplied in the earth? Y'all don't see it. It ain't affecting y'all none. Let's go to the next play. Let's go to the next play. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, bro. Let me scroll back up here. Let me get to that Wisdom of Solomon. And we're gonna see what Solomon had to say about it. Wisdom of Solomon the 4, man. We're gonna pick it up at the read 1 through 6, bro.
All right. We said Wisdom of Solomon 4, 1 through 6.
Look what Solomon had to say about it. I know this ain't gonna sound good to the ear, but it's real. What do you say, bro?
Better it is to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal, because it is known with God and with men.
It's better to have no children and to walk in virtue and uprightness, man. You see what our children look like today? Hey, we just read unclean women, wicked women, sorry men, then produce this wicked seed in the earth. It was better that some of y'all didn't have no kids. If you ain't gonna hold them to hold their feet to the fire, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because guess what? If they don't keep this, I'm gonna give you Revelation so you won't say it's T-Boogie. I'm gonna give you what the book said in Revelation 14. This is the testimony of the saints. These are they that keep the commandments of Yah and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. So if your children ain't keeping the commandment, y'all got the testimony of Christ, they going to the lake. Because he said the saints, the one's gonna be in the kingdom. Ain't that right, bro?
That's what he say.
Oh, okay. So if the saints is the one making the kingdom, and to get into the kingdom, you got to have the testimony of Christ and keep the commandment. If your children ain't doing it, they going to the lake. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2. When it is present, men take example at it. And when it is gone, they desire it. It weareth a crown and triumph forever, having gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards. But the multiplying broad of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips.
You see that?
Whoa. Nor lay any fast foundation.
So he said the multiplying brood of ungodly, all your gang members, and all your partying women and unclean women, and all y'all pimps and players, he said the ungodly brood of your children shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, nor lay any fast. They foundation gonna crumble. They gonna be like a man that set his house upon the sand.
Sand, yep.
They ain't gonna have no fast foundation, no sure foundation. Keep reading, bro. I know it don't sound good, brothers and sisters. It hurt me, but I'm just getting it to you raw and uncut. It's straight lacing, no chasing with me. I know it don't sound good. I know it hurt. I know it got your wheel turning, but this is what it is right here. And when you walk out your door and interact with all this work, you see it every day. You just don't want to face the reality of it.
See it every day.
Go ahead, bro.
For though they flourish in branches for a time, standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind. And through the force of winds, they shall be rooted out.
They're going to be rooted out. Continue to read.
The imperfect branches shall be broken off.
The imperfect branch is going to be what?
Shall be broken off.
Nah, y'all know he said he's going to do the branches. Go ahead.
Their fruit unprofitable, not right to eat. Yea, meat for nothing.
Now, here go the indictment against a lot of us right here. Here go the indictment, verse 6. Read verse 6, brother.
Man, hold on, let me go get my band-aids. No, I'm sorry. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial.
Oh, wait a minute. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of the wickedness against their parents. So in the judgment now, you have to pay what you weigh on that. You're going to have to pay what you weigh on that in the judgment. all that skin flapping and partying and going around and pimping and playing and all that loose legging it out. You had children out that situation, you got to pay what you weigh on that, man. Not in the word of color, but they're the ones that give you the most problems, ain't it?
Yeah, man. Boy.
Y'all think the word of God a joke? I told you, everything you're dealing with in life is in this book. You have to take the time to read and study. Let's go to Hosea chapter 4. Let's get out of this. Go back to the PowerPoint. Get out of this right here, bro. Let me get my bearings about it. That's what I want. I'm supposed to be in the second slide. My bad. I'm in the right slide. Hold on, let me get out of it. I'm still in the right slide in the book. Well, we in Solomon. Yeah.
Yeah, we in Hosea 4.
No, we just read the reading of Solomon, didn't we?
Yeah, we in Hosea 4, chapter 4.
Oh, yeah, now we on the right side. Now I want y'all to look at this slide. Again,
man,
this is in business. Huh?
He's like he's 9 years old.
Brother, I'm going to tell y'all something. I didn't have enough room to put it up on the thing here. But I want to draw your attention to the very right hand of the slide. It's in red. You understand what I'm saying? 2022, there were 280 murders in Memphis. In 2023, so far in August, I forgot to put the August about it, but these numbers for August of this year, they ain't for the rest of the year. It's already been 388 murders, and that's just in August. I'm going somewhere with this. In 2022, there were 14,000 violent crimes total in 2022. Up to August, it was 11,304.
Hold on, bro. I got a question.
Go ahead.
So you mean to tell me in 2022 it was 14,000 violent crimes, but in 2023, just in the month of August?
No, just up to the month of August.
Oh, okay. So for the first, 8 months, it was 11,000 crimes.
11,000 violent crimes.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Now, in 2022, there was over 14,000 major property crimes in 2022. But look at 2023 up to August. Over 45,000 major property crimes up to August in 2023. Now, vehicles stolen. In 2022, there were over 8,000 vehicles stolen in 2022. Up to August, there was over 10,000 vehicles stolen. See why you telling all us that? Because 13% of all these crimes was committed by kids 13 years old and younger. 3 of the murders in Memphis last year were committed by 8 and 9 year olds. You see that little boy smoking, the same little boy smoking the weed that got the gun in his hand that killed somebody last year. And you see how they raised him? You see? This is where we at. This is where we at, family. Hosea the 4, brother. Hosea the 4. And pick it up at verse 6, man. Don't wait on me. I'm running my mouth too much.
All right, so we had Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
What did it say, bro?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt not be no priest to me.
That's right.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Ain't our children been forgotten, D-Ro?
Yes, sir.
Look at our children on the screen. These ain't no 30, 40-year-old men.
Nah.
These are not 30 and 40-year-old men. Hell, some of them ain't even 20 yet.
Yep.
He said, I'm gonna also, because y'all don't like to keep it, I'm gonna forget your children, man. See how you like it then. He said, I'm gonna also forget your children. Continue to read, bro.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I will change their glory into shame.
Mm-hmm.
They eat up the sin of my people.
They eat up the sin. Let me stop you right there. That word eat up is our call. And they devour the sin. They feed on the sin. They consume the sin. The pestilence, they devour, they oppress to be wasted and destroyed. The word are called, the first letter is Aleph, meaning strength. Kaf, meaning tame. Lamed, eat, taken, and shepherd. Your strength has been tamed and taken by the shepherds. They know what you like doing. They know you like the women with the large rear ends. They know you like the loose-legged women. So they prance them out in front of you on the video. They prance them out in front of you out there in the city. They making sure they get the most scantily clad women. They walking. They know what you like. They playing on your sinful nature. Sister, they know you want to ride in a Lamborghini with a dude with a bunch of money, and you will do just about anything to get it. So get what they do? They ride right in front of you. Mm-hmm. They eat up the sin of my people. They know you want to live out the American dream, so I ain't gonna give you what you need to make it legitimate. So here, go sell these drugs. Cause I know you want to live the American dream. You see MTV Cribs, and go look at my house, and you see the football players and basketball players, and you want to live like them, but you ain't athletic. So go do this right here. They eat up the sin of my people. Continue to read.
The middle of 8.
Mm-hmm.
And they set their heart on their iniquity.
And they set their mind on what you like to do to sin. Go ahead.
And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doings. So
here's another precept to the curses, bro. He said there shall be people like priests. Who is the only one he said going to be a priest in a holy nation to him?
Israel.
All right, there it is again. They're going to be people like priests, but they ain't going to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're going to tell you that Jesus loves everybody and they're a big time preacher, but he's going to be sleeping with Bufu kings. They're going to look all holy and pious, going to keep their hands folded and everything, but the Most High going to put that spirit of Romans 1 on them. See, that's why they don't listen to the preacher. You can't get these young brothers out in the street and listen to no preacher because they see the boot fool going on. They see the pimp player game going on with all the money. They see it all. Hey, man, dude said, hey, one of the pimps said, I was watching a documentary called Pimps Up and Hold Down. He said, hey, man, if I should have got out this game and got into the pulpit game a long time ago, way more money and a whole lot less work. He said, just another form of pimping. Mm. I'm just telling you. Go ahead and read, bro.
We have verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
For they shall eat and not have enough. For they shall commit whoredom and shall not increase. Because they have left off to take heed to the Lord.
So you have to ask yourself, now as this one dude to work. I said, man, how much is enough? What you talking about, T? I said, man, ever since I've been knowing, that's all you talk about, all these women. Every time I hear you talking about all these women. How many is enough, bro? You got all this money, you going to all these clubs. Damn, man, how long you gonna do that? You gonna eat and gonna have enough. You gonna commit whoredom and you ain't gonna never increase. Mm-hmm. And that's what our children are doing every day. Just like when you smoke crack, you'll never get as high as you will once you hit that crack pipe the first time. You'll never get that high again. So you always doing it, trying to catch that high that you had when you first smoked crack. Sin the same way. You will never get the enjoyment out of the sin that you committed as you did it the first time you did it. That's why they always do it. That's why they continue on it. They continue in it and they keep doing it. And it ain't never enough. You just read it and hear why. He put that curse on you. Continue to read, my brother.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart.
Take away the mind. Go ahead and read.
My people asked counsel at their stocks,
Uh-huh.
and their staff declared unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms hath caused them to err.
Woo.
They have gone a hoarding from under their God.
Hey, they horn after false religion, and they horn out there in the streets. Y'all, we the reason why so many hotels and motels been built. We the reason. Not because of conventions of the companies. We the reason why all the hotels and motels, they love going to horn. We the reason why all the big mega churches been built. We love to go a horn. Physically and spiritually. Go ahead, brother.
13.
Uh-huh.
They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore, your daughter shall commit whoredom.
Yo, who?
Your daughter shall commit whoredom.
And what else?
And your spouses shall commit adultery.
You better check your house. You better check your house. He just put the finger on him again. Look, our sons have fainted and our daughters are tainted. Nope. I don't want to hear about my baby wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I was born in sin and shaped in iniquity. Huh? He said the wicked go astray as soon as they come out the womb. My baby wouldn't. She wouldn't. No. Okay. All right. Go ahead, bro.
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredoms, nor your spouses when they commit adultery.
Uh-huh.
For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that doeth not understand shall fall.
You see that? And I ain't even gonna punish them. I'm gonna let them flap skin and go to all these churches all they want to. I ain't gonna stop them. I'm gonna let them have 6 baby daddies and 5 baby mamas. And I ain't gonna stop them. Cause guess what? Well, like we read in that they gonna be witness against the bastard and unlawful bands.
Yep.
I ain't gonna stop them because it's gonna be a witness against you. Did we read that, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why you better repent.
They add up. They connect and add up.
Oh.
They connect and add up. Where we at, bro?
That Isaiah 3.
1
through 5.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do on that Isaiah 3, because I think I changed it. Let me go look. I think I got that at the bottom. Give me 1 second, fam. Yeah, we just gonna read that 1 through 5, then 11 through 17. We're gonna come back on that end. You hear me? So read that. Go to Isaiah chapter 3. We're gonna read that 1 through 5 and 11 through 17. We're gonna come back and read that other part at the end. I got it. I mentioned take it off your sheet, bro.
All right. So we have Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1.
Don't wait on me. Go ahead and feed the people.
All right, and it reads, for behold, the Lord of hosts, doer taketh away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff.
I'm gonna take away the food and the protection. I'm gonna let all the nations deal with you. I'm gonna take away the stay, the bread, and I'm gonna take away the staff, the protection, and the guidance. Then we just read, he said, I ain't gonna chastise them for being whole. Then we just read that, bro.
Yeah.
He said, I ain't gonna say nothing to them. I'm gonna hoe out. Your daughters and your spouse, I'm gonna let them be hoes. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm sorry. Let me finish reading that.
Finish reading that.
The stay and the staff, the whole staff of bread, and the whole stay of water.
Mm-hmm.
The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient. So
if he ain't gonna chastise you from transgressing the law, and he ain't gonna have nobody come tell you about transgressing law, you just gonna keep on doing what you want. That's why these kids think it's regular now. They think murder is regular. They think flapping skin with whoever, whenever, and whatever is regular now. They think wearing a dress and laying with a man is regular. They think wearing pants and laying with a woman is regular. Because, hey, you ain't, like I said, you got all this stuff going on, and ain't nobody told you it was wrong. Very few. And he said, I'm going to close their ears up to the one that's cried out. I'm going to close their ears up to the one that's cried out to them. I'm going to take away the understanding so they won't even understand what the dude's talking about. Y'all see the conundrum we in? Y'all see the conundrum we in that he put us in for disobedience? Even when he sends somebody, he going to take away the understanding so you won't even understand that. And when you sin it, I'm just going to let you sin until you fall out. So it would be wise not to make this guy mad. Because he's going to give you that cup to drink out of now. And once you start drinking out of that cup, you ain't even going to know you sinning. You just going to go on, keep on doing what you're doing. That's why I said it's a gradual falling away. You stop reading your Bible. You stop praying. You stop submitting to the word of God. And next thing you know, you're already back out there again. Sometimes you're just back out there in here and it's over with. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
The captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them.
Ain't they running the house now, bro?
Yeah, pretty much.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
Woo!
And the base against the honorable.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see that? Ain't they disrespecting the old people? They disrespecting the old people to their face. And then the honorable man, they don't want to have nothing to do with what I got to say. Nothing to do with the brothers trying to come tell them what to say. I see Drew them on the street corners every Shabbat day crying loud, sparing not. And it's very few people. There's some people, don't get me wrong, people come up here inquiring and everything. You understand? But man, it's very few people, man, when you consider the masses. They ain't coming up trying to hear none of that. We had one dude got so mad at us, bro. Hey, man, like you thought dude wanted to do something to you. Yeah. They get mad. Them demons get agitated. Go ahead, brother.
Skip down to verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him. For the reward of his hand shall be given him.
Yes, sir.
And for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err.
Ain't no good men. These men ain't sugar, honey, iced tea. Well, y'all, he just said y'all the one running it. So it's your fault. Gary, these men ain't on some dog. They did it. The book say y'all the one that been running it. That was the book. Read that again, bro.
O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path.
No, pick it back up at the 12 at the top.
Okay. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. The Lord standeth up to plead, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, and the princes thereof, for ye have eaten up the vineyard. The spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces, and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord of hope, God of hope.
For all you big mega church bums, I'm gonna call you what I want to call you, bums anyway. That's all you're a bum. You're a jackleg bum. So all you want is taking money from all these people. All you want is taking the word of God off the table. All you want is sinning against these people. You just heard it. He got a problem with you. He gonna deal with you in the end. All you elders and teachers. He gonna deal with you. So you can power bottom all you want to. He gonna get you.
Power bottom.
You can tell all these women out here in the Israelite community there's ways around the script so you can flap some skin. He gonna get you. It ain't gonna be long until it's gonna be breaking news around. I can see it. It's gonna be breaking news, man. It's gonna be Action News 5 here in Memphis. I'm just waiting on the phone call. I can see it coming. You just blaspheming, man. Just to get some draws on the floor. It ain't gonna be long. It's gonna be Action News 5. It ain't gonna be long till you see Mr. Power Bottom. Just like it happened with Eddie Thone. What happened to Eddie Thone messing with them little boy? It wasn't long like after that joker one, but this big, then he was gone.
Nah, not him. You know what he said? He said all he got to do is repent sincerely.
I can't tell.
And that's all. It's over.
I can't tell. You got a boo-foo king laying hands on you, speaking in that false language. And he put that spirit of boo-foonism on you. And now here you go twitching and switching and got a list. It ain't gonna be long. It ain't gonna be long. He said he gonna deal with y'all elders and y'all teachers, man, is out here doing what y'all doing. Because y'all the one got these kids like they are. You done stole the word of God off the table, man. You ain't stood up and took care of your family. You ain't no example in your household. You done took the word of God off the table, man. He gonna get you. He gonna get you. Where you at, bro?
16.
Read.
Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, walking and menacing as they go, making a tinkling with their feet.
Yeah.
Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
Man, tell me that's a lie. Tell me that ain't happening on a wholesale basis. That's why you stay in a Chinaman, a wig shop. Wearing your lace fronts and all. You thought he getting everybody in this right here, ain't he? He hitting everybody at the top. Go ahead, bro.
And the Lord will discover their secret parts.
He gonna do what?
Discover their secret parts.
Y'all know to see. He gonna discover your secret part. like I said, some of y'all gonna come out smelling like microwave salmon packets. And you ain't gonna get rid of the smell. Go ahead, brother.
You want to skip down at 24? You say you want to come back to it?
I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that.
All right.
Now I tell you what, don't read that 24. Because this why they go. I'm just gonna prove that I ain't just talking. You gonna come out smelling like microwave salmon packets. Read that 24.
And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell there shall be stink.
Shall be what?
Stink.
Oh, okay. Microwave salmon packet.
And
you gonna smell like some tilapia you've been put in the microwave. That's what you gonna smell like. Go ahead, finish it out.
Dang, I just lost my place. 24. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of a well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a storm archer, a girding of sackcloth.
Yeah.
Burning instead of beauty.
And burning instead of beauty. Yeast infection gonna be off the chain. Yeah, gonna have to go to the doctor, get a shot, and everything else. Because you let everybody and mama run up in you. Now you tell me that ain't going on today? Hosea the 9, man. We're gonna go move on.
So you just want to do that 24? You want to go through the whole 25?
Nah, we're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Hosea the 9. Hosea the 9, bro. Man, we got to be accountable for the stuff we done, bro. That's all I'm trying to say. We got to be accountable for the stuff we done. And he ain't gonna let nothing slip. So guess what? I'm crying aloud. I ain't letting nothing go slip. Hosea 9, bro. 9 through 17. We get to go ahead and feed the people.
All right, Hosea 9:9 reads, they have deeply corrupted themselves as in the days of Gibeah. Therefore, he will remember their iniquity. He will visit their sins. I found Israel like grapes in the wilderness. I saw your fathers as the first stripe in the fig tree at her first time. But they went to Baal Peor.
They went to everybody else but him. Go ahead and read.
And separated themselves unto that shame. And their abominations was according as they loved.
And they love it. Don't they love it, brother?
Yes, sir.
They love the blue flag, the red flag, on Grape Street, on Pyru, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop.
Hey, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I got a partner I grew up with, right?
Yeah.
He went to what's the school that teach you about the Bible, the church school?
Theology school.
Theology school.
Cemetery.
Right. Graduated from the school, right? So my brother he know about the Christ. We done actually talked about the Lord, the chopped it up about the book, right? Then I told him we from the same neighborhood. We already say we denouncing the neighborhood and all this, that, and the third.
Right.
But I told him, I said, bro, you got to put down that 5 though. He said, almighty, bro, I ain't putting down the 5. I can't put down that 5.
She did.
I said, bro, that's just like the neighborhood. That's how he said, nah, man, all is well with that, bro. I said, okay, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Scripture be jumping off the pages on the man.
Jumping off the page, man. It's crazy, man.
We love it. Continue on.
I'm at 11. As for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird from the birth and from the womb and from the conception. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them.
You see that? Do you see this?
I'm about to say bereavement when you go on break for
death,
ain't it?
Yeah. He said, though you bear children, I'm gonna take them from
you. Yeah.
I'm gonna take. Keep reading. He better explain himself.
That there shall not be a man left. Yea, woe also to them when I depart from them. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murder.
To the who?
To the murder.
Oh, now I see 280 murders, 388 murders. Now I see murder in every metropolitan area. Why? You bringing your children up to be murdered. That's all you get. Then we read that. We read in Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26. You gonna sow your seed in vain. The only reason why you have a kid to watch them die.
That's heavy.
That's it. That's the only reason why you have most of the people in Israel. The only reason why they have a kid is to watch them die. It's more mamas and daddies than buried their children in this day and time than ever in history. Y'all think the word of God is a joke? You bringing your kid up just to get murdered. Where we at, bro?
Verse 14.
What did he say?
Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb and dry breasts.
Oh, so the ones that don't get murdered, they ain't even gonna make it past the new birth. Give them a miscarrying womb and dry breasts. Keep reading.
All their wickedness is in Gilgal, for there I hated them. For the wickedness of their doings, I will drive them out of mine house. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters.
All the young men are revolters. Go ahead.
Ephraim is smitten. Their root is dried up.
Woo.
They shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb.
Man, y'all read what the Most High saying?
He said, I will slay.
Yeah. He said, even if they bring forth a child, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it. This the Most High, man. He said, if the baby do, even if the baby do get born, I'm still going to kill it. Don't sound good, do it?
No.
Go ahead, brother.
17. My God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations.
And we wanderers among the nations, scattered to the four corners, and we getting dusted up on every corner. Every corner of the earth, Israel is getting dusted up. Where we going, bro? Oh, man. Lamentation. Boy. Now, that was about when the 10 tribes got cast out. This right here, when Judah, when one of the Gentile nations came down on Judah, Jeremiah was prophesying. But it's very, as Hosea was and all other scriptures, it's very apropos to what's going on today.
Yep.
It's very appropriate for what's going on today. Lamentations the one, bro. Lamentations, for those who don't know, Lamentations is directly after Jeremiah. Jeremiah wrote the book of Lamentations. Lamentations is right after the book of Jeremiah. We're going to Lamentations the one. We're going to pick it up to 14 and read through the 22, bro.
All right. Verse 14.
Hold on, bro. Yeah, read through 22. Go ahead.
The yoke of my transgressions is the bond of his hand. They are wretched and come up my neck. And come up upon my neck and have made my strength to fall. The Lord hath delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up.
And then he said, he made my strength to fall. Y'all, and the title of the lesson is, Our Young Men Have Fainted. The strength that fell from him. Go ahead.
The Lord hath trodden underfoot all my mighty men in the midst of me. He hath called an assembly against me to crush my young men. The Lord hath trodden the virgin.
He did what?
Trodden the virgin.
The Lord is doing all this because of our disobedience. So when you see all this stuff going on in your societies, in your neighborhood, in your families, in your school, the Lord is bringing all these curses to pass on Israel, man. I know they got killed. Shall there be evil done in the city, and the Lord have not done it? When you see it, man, you better take a pause for the call before you get all emotional and all of your feelings and really try to find out what really went on in the totality of the situation and see if you had any accountability or responsibility in the situation. Because we see who's doing it and who we doing it to. Our children. Go ahead, brother.
End of 15. The daughter of Judah as in a wine press. For these things I weep, mine eye runneth down with water, because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. My children are desolate, because the enemy prevailed. Zion spreadeth forth her hands, and there is none to comfort her. The Lord hath commanded concerning Jacob that his adversary should be round about him. Jerusalem is a mistress woman among them.
Who?
Jerusalem is as a mistress woman among them.
There it is again.
The Lord is righteous, for I have rebelled against his commandment. Hear, I pray you, all people, and behold my sorrow. My virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. My princes and my elders gave up the ghost in the city, while they sought their meat to relieve their souls.
Go ahead.
Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. Mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad the sword breatheth. At home there is as death. Look,
when I'm out in the street, it's a sword. And when I'm at home, death is peeping up in my windows. He said, you ain't gonna have none assurance in your life. You're checking your doors 4 and 5 times. You're making sure the alarm on. Because guess what? You know death is peeking in the windows. And when you go outside, if you ain't strapped up, because you're scared of the soul. You tell me this ain't going on today? Huh? You don't go around all your doors, check them 2 or 3 times a night when you lay your head on the pillow? He said death has come up in the windows now. Keep reading, bro.
Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. Mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad with sword bereaveth, at home there is his death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none comforted me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou would bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. For all my transgressions, for my sighs are many, and my heart is faint.
Your heart is what?
My heart is faint.
Your young men is fainted. They gave up. I go outside, they try to kill me. I come home and feel like death coming up on me. I'm tired. I'm gonna strap up when I go out. The first one to say something to me, I'm spraying them. When I come home, I'm still peeking out the window and locking my door. I got the alarm set. You should have none assurance of your life. You're going to have faith in the eye and astonishment of heart. Go right on into chapter 2, read 1 through 4, Bruce. We're going to do some skipping.
All right. So we have Lamentations 2, 1 through 4. How have the Lord covered the daughter of Zion? With a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not his footstool in the day of his anger. The Lord hath swallowed up all the habitations of Jacob, and have not pity. He hath thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He hath brought them down to the ground. He hath polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. He hath cut off in his fierce anger all the horn of Israel.
All the power of Israel has been cut off. That's why you can get did up and dusted up by any and everybody. You don't have no say-so and power to do nothing. We read about that in that dysfunctions article I had the brother read. Everybody can do you any kind of way they want to do you. Ain't no power in Israel. You can dust up by everybody, even your own folk, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. I don't care how many laws they put on the book, how much legislation they pass, how many jobs they give you, how many degrees you get, you can dust it up. And I'm gonna do what I want to do to you, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. That's why they kill each other for free, because they know they ain't worried about that. But do the same thing to somebody else in another nation, they gonna build a jail around. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3. He have cut off his fierce, the middle of 3. He have drawn back his right hand from before the enemy, and he have burned against Jacob like a flaming fire, which devoureth round about.
Keep reading.
He has bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary, and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire.
Skip down and read 10 and 12. They're going to do a little bit more skipping.
All right, verse 10. The elders of the elders of the daughters of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silent. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground.
Know why they're hanging down their heads to the ground? Because the princes are getting dusted up and killed, and they ain't got nobody to marry. The elders, they don't know what to do. Look, your elders don't know what to do, and the women giving up hope. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 11. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city. You see that? The children and the ones still sucking on the mother breast, they out there in the streets. And they swooning. They about to pass out too. They about to faint and give up too. Don't y'all see this happening in y'all city? Tell me you don't. Y'all don't see this happen? Children being abandoned, babies being abandoned. Kids ain't got nothing to eat. At home with no heat. You don't see this going on in your neighborhood, in your family? I see it all the time.
Scriptures jumping on the page. These scriptures hitting like steel and cutting me to shreds. When I did this lesson, all I could do was sit in my office one day and sit in my office and cry.
I can imagine, bro.
What did I contribute to this?
I can imagine.
Y'all see? Well, if you ain't experiencing none of this, all praise to the Most High. But I don't know too many Israelites, whether they know they Israelites or not, ain't experienced some of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a hand in it. Skip down, bro. Skip down. Read down to the 12, then skip down to 16.
Right. Verse 12. They say to their mothers, where's corn and wine? When they swooned as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out unto their mother's bosom.
Skip down, skip down to 16, read 16, 17.
All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Mm-hmm.
They hissed and gnashed their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it.
And look, don't they do it every day in their court system, don't they, bro?
Yes.
They love throwing the book at us. They love it. They plant the guns, they plant the drugs, and then they throw you in jail, they build jails for you. Y'all don't see this right here? Y'all don't pay attention to this.
My guy murdered my best friend. He got 12 years. A guy I know sold a $40 piece of crack cocaine to an informant, got 40 years.
Yeah.
What?
Billy Ball have a whole brick in his truck, and they send him to rehab.
Come on, man.
You can't do what they do.
The guy that killed my brother is out, living his life. The guy that sold a 40 piece, still in there.
You see that? Getting dusted up every day. He said these people don't even consider, man. Why did it happen? But where you at, Hebrew?
17.
Read.
The Lord have done that which he had devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and hath pitied and have not pitied. He hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversary.
And he done set up the power. He the one that set up the Atlantic slave trade. You read it in Deuteronomy, didn't you? He the one that set up the judicial system. You read it in Leviticus, didn't you? He said he didn't exalt the horn of your adversaries, man. He said, I'm going to put a people over you to hate you. And all I'm going to leave you is to hoard them in the streets, in the guns and the drugs. And you're going to lap it up like tripe. And when you do it, they're going to put you in jail and they're going to kill you in the streets. I exalted the horn of your adversary for disobedience of the commandments and disobedience and disannulling of the covenant. Skip down and read 21 and 22, bro.
All right. The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. Thou hast called as in solemn day my terrors round about. So that in the day of the Lord's anger, none escape nor remain. Those that have swaddled and brought up hath mine enemy consumed.
And the ones that I wrapped in my arm and brought up, them the ones I let the enemy come in and kill them. Lamentations 4. Go right into Lamentations 4. You know what, bro? That's a lot. I'm going to tell you, go on starting at Lamentations 4, because I want to get to this next slide. And we're going to read down to verse 9. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you, we're going to do some skipping, all right? All right. Start at the 1, read down into 9. And then I'm going to tell you, we're going to do a little skipping. That's a lot of eat.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So we have Lamentations 4, verse 1. How was the gold become dim? How was the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter.
See, you in his eyes, you look like fine gold, but man, you done became just a picture full of dross. How did the gold turn dim? How did all this befall the chosen one, the apple of my eye? How did it get here? Disobedient to the commandments, disannulling of the covenant through your action and through your word, lying, cheating, stealing, murder, envy. That's how we got here.
Pretty much.
How did the gold become dim, man? How did something so bright and so shiny and so precious get to be nothing but an earthen pot full of dross? How? Keep reading, Hebrew.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Even the sea monsters draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones.
Yeah.
The daughter of my people has become cruel.
Like
the ostriches in the wild.
You see that? It said, man, even the sea monsters will give. I ain't got time to breastfeed them. Give them some Similac. Even the sea monsters drop their breasts to their children. They ain't got time to breastfeed. They don't want to breastfeed. They got to get back out to work, to the club, and out in them streets. And he said it's just like an ostrich. They just they turn their head like they don't see the baby crying, needing the nourishment milk from their mother. Like an ostrich, just stick your head in the ground, don't pay no attention to it. Give him that bottle, go there and put that milk in that bottle, just shake it up with that water and give it to him, stick it in his mouth, set him up. Y'all ain't never did that? Oh, okay. Go ahead, bro.
Really, and spiritually, bro, that go back to what you were saying, man, that our leaders and our teachers and our mores, they not teaching us.
No.
They're not teaching us. They're not giving us that milk, that breast milk, that pure breast milk.
Man, come on, bro.
I promise they not, man.
You sure they lying. They give them smooth words, good words and fair speeches. They deceive the hearts of the simple. Keep reading.
Verse 4. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the root of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto him.
Read about that in Deuteronomy 28, 56 through 58, did we not?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They that did feed delicately and desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embraces dunghills.
You see that, man? There's a scripture in Ecclesiastes. I seen slaves riding on horses and princes walking on the ground. Man, you out of place. We out of our place, brother. And the reason why we out of place, we steady going downhill. But continue to read.
The punishment of verse 6. The punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom.
Woo!
Wow. That's saying a lot right there.
Man, what you said. And see, I told you, sister, y'all ain't off the hook either. He getting everybody. Go ahead, brother.
That was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her.
See, Solomon was gone in a moment, but man, he done put his hand on y'all, and it's staying on us. It's staying on y'all sisters too. All kind of ailments and everything else going on. He just killed Sodom and Gomorrah like that, but the hand's staying on our people. Their cup was trembling on us. Go ahead, brother.
Her Nazarites were purer than snow.
They
were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies.
Y'all know what color ruby is, so he just told you what color the Nazarite was. We should tell you what color Israel is, but go ahead.
Their polishing was of sapphire. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets.
They are not known in the street.
Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Yes, sir.
For these pine away.
They waste away.
Stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Skip down to verse 17, bro. We ain't gonna read all that. Skip down to verse 17.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we watched for a nation that could not save us.
You see that? And y'all running down there voting, y'all pledging allegiance, and y'all, you watching for a nation that ain't gonna be able to help you, man. These folks is not here to help you. They here to punish you. They not here to help you. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
All right, that's good on that, bro. We're going to stop that right there. Let's get to the next slide so we can get out of here.
All right.
I'm running over, way over. And we still got a lot of eating to do. I'm going to try not to talk it so much.
And this, bro, can I say this, though?
Man, go ahead.
Because me and my wife talk about this all the time. And I was just talking to my dad about this yesterday, about how there's nothing sexy or cute or beautiful about a woman portraying as a man or being masculine.
No.
Nothing at all.
That's what you got going on the regular,
man. It's like the roles is being switched.
Bro, I told you.
The woman is being the man,
yes,
the masculine, and then the man is being the feminine.
Bro, we have taken it to new levels. We are not only spiritually and emotionally, we're not only physically trying to be transgender, we're mentally and emotionally transgender.
I promise.
Men think like women and women think like men.
I promise.
Women act like men and men acting like women. You said women, they said in the script said women are the one who oppress you, ain't they? They the one that over you, ain't
women will rule over you.
See, there you go.
We tend to act like our rulers.
See? And I'm gonna be nice. Too many of y'all got some of them female-ish ways. I ain't gonna tell you what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah the 32, bro. Isaiah the 32, man.
All right.
And read that 9 through 15 when you get it, bro. Don't wait on me.
Isaiah 32, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the treats of the. They shall lament for the treats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous cities. Because the places shall be forsaken, the multitude of the city shall be left. The forts and towers shall be four dens forever, and joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks. Until the Spirit be poured upon, let me start over. Until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness be a fruitful field, and the fruitful field be counted for a forest.
Brothers, if you got a sister at home that's at ease, can I be real with you?
Keep it real.
I ain't got to do nothing. He gonna pay all the bills. When he get home, he gonna take these kids off my hand. I ain't got to go out and work. I ain't gonna be praying for him, trying to help him. You at ease. Your ass is too at ease. And he said, woe to the daughters of Zion that's at ease. Keep being at ease. Just keep being at ease. The man trying to study, all kind of drama going on. The man trying to go out to work. Why you working so late? Well, your ass is at ease, man. You need to be there trying to wail and lament and cry out for him and for your family and for yourself. You ain't got time to be at ease. We at war. We need all hands on deck. Walk in your gift and walk in your purpose and put your hand over your mouth. Kick in instead of kicking back. Whether it be prayer, whether it be money, whether it be housework, do something. Next thing, where we going?
Ecclesiastes 7.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7. Y'all too at ease, man. And brother, it's your fault. Because you let them be at ease. Seven, 27 through 28. What do it say, brother?
Behold, this I have found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all these have I not found.
I didn't write that. We didn't write that. He's the man, this the preacher. This Solomon, wisest man on earth at that time. I done found one good man out of 1,000. But of a woman among all those have I not found. Don't get mad at me. Y'all, you're tainted. You're tainted with the world view, with the Babylonian mindset. You're tainted with the strong black woman mindset. I'm independent and educated. You're tainted. And you at ease. And you walking around with stretched forward necks. And you're raising these weak back, jelly back, baby back men. And then you turn around, ain't no good. You raising them? What you complaining for? You better get back in line and get in order if you don't want all this stuff to fall on you. Because remember, the sword is outside, but death is peeping in the windows. Shall there be evil done in the city, and the Lord have not done it? Huh? Shall there be a trumpet blown in the city, and the people not afraid? We blowing a trumpet now. I create light, and I create darkness. I create good, and I create evil. Death is peeping in the windows. When you hear the women wailing, he goes somewhere else. When people are submitting to the word of God and the authority of God and placing it home, he got to go somewhere else. Isaiah the 1. We're going back to Isaiah the 1, bro.
Let me get that 29.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Get that. You want to get that 29? Go on, get that 29.
I'm sorry. It's supposed to be 27 to 28?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. Go back to Isaiah 1. We're going to read that 20. We ain't going to read all that. You stopped off at the 24. Read that 24, brother, down to the 31.
Say Isaiah 1, 24 through 31?
Yeah, read that, if you don't mind, my brother.
So we had Isaiah chapter 1.
I'm going the wrong way.
Verse 24. Where we at? And it reads, Therefore saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of mine adversaries, and avenge me of mine enemies. And I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away all thy sin. I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness,
right?
The faithful city. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together. They that forsake the Lord shall be consumed.
They that forsake the Lord shall be consumed. Not might be, shall be. Go ahead and read.
For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which have desired. You shall be confounded for the gardens that ye have chosen. He
said you're gonna be confounded for the idols that you have chosen, whether it be physical or spiritual, and you're gonna be judged for the leadership that you sit up under, them different gardens and different churches and religions and teachers and mores and pastors that you've been sitting up under. He's gonna get all y'all for all that. Go ahead.
Verse 30. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that have no water.
Tree gonna die. Go ahead and read.
And the strong shall be as a toe.
It's gonna be as a what?
As a toe.
You know, do you know it said the strong shall be as a toe? You know what a toe is, Bruce? That is a sliver of a thread. So you're gonna be as weak as a sliver of a, you used to be strong, now you're gonna be weak as a sliver of a thread. And guess what? You ever put a piece of thread over a flame? See how quick it's consumed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he's saying right here. Read it, start at the top again, read that again.
And the strong shall be as a toe, and the maker of it as a spark. And they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them.
And ain't nobody gonna quench it. Nobody gonna quench it. The one who gonna be strong and the one who started the mess gonna burn up together. 4 of it, we're going to suit a pick of a volume to 1.
You don't want to do that, Jeremiah?
Let me look. Yeah, let's go and do that Jeremiah to see. Let's go do Jeremiah. I'm trying to get the people out of here, man. Let's go do that Jeremiah to see. Sorry for taking so long, y'all, but y'all know how it gets.
Hey, but nah, this is much needed though.
Man, all praise to the Most High, man.
This much needed. It makes sense of what, because I know everybody was seeing the news and what. I know we ain't the only one see them videos, man, about what's going on with these gangs and how these women out here acting. We ain't the only one seeing that. I know everybody's seeing that, man.
Yeah, all praise, man. And we talk about it all the time. And we see it on the news all the time, man, but we seeing the reasons behind it now.
Yeah.
Why it happened. Jeremiah chapter 6, 21 through 30, bro.
All right, so we're at verse 21. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. The neighbor and his friends shall perish.
The stumbling blocks that money, power, respect. The stumbling blocks that weed and that cocaine to sell to your people. The stumbling block is that false doctrine. The stumbling blocks is the rampant flapping of skin here and there and everywhere. I'm gonna lay stumbling blocks in front of these folks, and the father and son gonna fall together. Your young men are fainted, and your daughters is tainted. And the light is continually growing dimmer. Go ahead, brother.
23. They shall lay hold. They shall lay hold and bow a spear.
Bow and spear.
Bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roareth like the sea. And they ride upon horses, set in array as men for war against thee.
You see that?
Oh, yeah.
You see that? They ain't got no mercy when they do drive by. They ain't got no mercy when they shoot up a house or a neighborhood. When they ride up on horses and they got their bow and their spear, which is cars and guns now, they ain't gonna have no mercy. And you see it every day, don't you? Go ahead, brother.
O daughter of Zion, verse 24. We have heard the fame thereof. Our hands wax feeble. Anguish have taken hold of us, and pain as a woman in travail. Go not forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and fear is on every side. O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallow thyself in ashes. Make thee mourning, as for an only son, most bitter lamentation. For the spoiler shall suddenly come upon us. I have set thee for a tower and a fortress among my people, that thou mayest know and try their way. They're all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. They bellows, and the bellows are burned. The lead is consumed of the fire. The founder melteth in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them.
You reject it and you reprobate. You reject it and you reprobate to the Most High. I can say a lot on that, but I'm going to keep it moving. 4 of Esdras, let me put it up in the room. 4 of every pseudo pick of a volume 1, page 545, bro. These are short chapters. We're gonna read chapter 9. We're gonna read 38 through 47. Then we're gonna read that chapter 10. Then we got 2 more after that.
You said in that chapter 9, we're gonna do 38 through 47.
Yes, sir. This is the vision of a dependent woman. The dependent woman is the nation of Israel. I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. That the vision of this dependent woman, the dependent woman in Israel, like we've been reading all night. The nation. Go ahead and read when you get it.
All right. When I said these things in my heart, I lifted up mine eyes and saw a woman. And on my right, and behold, on my right, and behold, she was mourning and weeping with a loud voice, and was deeply grieved at heart, and her clothes were rent, and there was ashes on her head. Then I dismissed the thoughts which I had been engaged, and turned to her and said to her, why are you weeping? And why are you grieved at heart? Let me alone, my Lord, she said, that I may weep for myself and continue to mourn, for I am greatly embittered in spirit and deeply afflicted. I said to her, what has happened to you? Tell me. She said to me, your servant was barren and had no child, though I lived with my husband 30 years. And every hour and every day during those 30 years, I besought the Most High night and day. And after 30 years, God heard your handmaid and looked upon my low estate and considered my distress and gave me a son. And I rejoiced greatly over him. And I and my husband and all my neighbors, and we gave great glory to the mighty one. And I besought him, and I brought him up with much care. So when he grew up and I came to take a wife for him, I set a day for the marriage feast.
Going right into chapter 10, you're gonna read we ain't gonna read all of it, but it ain't gonna take long. Read that one. Start at the 1.
All right. But it happened that when my son entered in his wedding chamber, he fell down and died. Then we all put out the lamps, and all my neighbors attempted to console me. And I remained quiet until evening of the second day. But when they all stopped consoling me, that I might be quiet, I got up in the night and fled, and came to this field, as you see. And now I intend not to return to the city, but to stay here. And I will neither eat nor drink, but without ceasing, mourn and fast until I die. Then I broke off the reflections with which I was still engaged, and answered her in anger, and said, you most foolish of women, do you not see our mourning and what has happened to us? For Zion, the mother of us all, is in deep grief and great humiliation. It is most appropriate to mourn now, because we are all mourning, and so be sorrowful, because we're all sorrowing. You are sorrowing for one son, but we, the whole world, for our mother. Now ask the earth, and she will tell you that it is she who ought to mourn over so many who have come into being upon her. And from the beginning, all have been born of her, and others will come, and behold, almost all go to perdition, and a multitude of them are designed for destruction.
You see that?
For destruction.
You see that? I told you. Most of the people going to perdition, they going to destruction. Most of the people that's ever been born is going to the lake. You better make sure you make your calling and election sure. Because you see what's going on in these scripts, and we didn't read it other places. Most of the people is going to the lake. You better consider yourself blessed that you get this information and knowledge and give all praise and honor and glory to the Most High. And you better stay on this path. Don't get your name blotted out the book, man. Go ahead, brother.
Hold on. Let me see. Where was I at? Who then ought to mourn the more? She was lost so great a multitude, or you who are grieving for one. But if you say to me, My lamentation is not like the earth, for I have lost the fruit of my womb, which I have brought forth in pain and bearing sorrow. But it is with the earth according to the way of the earth. The multitude that is now in it goes as it came. Then I say to you, as you brought forth in sorrow, so the earth also has from the beginning given her fruit. That is, a man to him who made her. Now, therefore, keep your sorrow to yourself and bear bravely the troubles that have come upon you. For if you acknowledge the decree of God to be just, you will receive your son back in due time. Therefore, go into the city to your husband. She said to me, I will not do so. I will not go into the city, but I will die here.
Keep reading, bro.
So I spoke again to her and said, do not say that, but let yourself be persuaded because of the troubles of Zion, and be consoled because of the sorrows of Jerusalem. For you see that our sanctuary has been laid waste, our altar thrown down, our temple destroyed, our harp has been laid low, our song has been silenced, and our rejoicing has been ended. The light of our lampstand has been put out. The ark of our covenant has been plundered. Our holy things have been polluted, and the name by which we are called has been profaned. Our free men has suffered abuse. Our priests burned to death. The Levites have gone into captivity. Our virgins have been defiled.
Our daughters are tainted.
Our wives have been ravished. Our righteous men have been carried off. Our little ones have been cast out. Our young men have been enslaved, and our strong men made powerless. And what is more than all, the seal of Zion, for she has now lost the seal of her glory, and she has given over into the hands of those that hate us. Therefore, shake off your great sadness and lay aside your many sorrows, so that the mighty one may be merciful to you again, and the Most High may give you rest and relieve you from your troubles.
All right, skip down and read. Here's the interpretation of the vision. What do it say, bro?
While I was talking to her, behold, her face suddenly shone exceedingly, and her countenance flashed like lightning, so that I was too frightened to approach her, and my heart was terrified. While I was wondering what this meant, behold, she suddenly uttered a loud, fearful cry, so that the earth shook at the sound. And I looked, and behold, the woman was no longer visible to me, but there was an established city, and a place of huge foundations showed itself. That I was afraid, and cried with a loud voice and said, where is the angel Uriel, who came to me at first? For it was he who brought me into this overpowering bewilderment. My end has become corruption, and my prayer a reproach.
What verse you at, bro?
29.
You at 29 right now?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to skip down 29. You reading 29 through 54, right?
Yep. I started at that 25, though, right up under the vision of heaven.
Oh, no, I want you to skip down to 29. Start at 29 and read down. Yeah, I want you to start at that 29.
Oh, okay. Right up under interpretation of the vision.
Yeah.
All right. As I was speaking these words, behold, the angel who had come to me at first came to me, and he looked upon me, and behold, I lay there like a corpse, and I was deprived of my understanding. Then he grasped my right hand and strengthened me and set me on my feet and said to me, what is the matter with you? And why are you troubled? And why are your understanding and the thoughts of your mind troubled?
All right, skip down to verse 35.
All right. For I have seen what I did not know, and I have heard what I did not understand. Or my mind deceived, or is my mind deceived and my soul dreaming? Now, therefore, I entreat you to give your servant an explanation of this bewildering vision.
All right, now skip down to verse 41, start where it says the woman.
All right. You said start where it says the woman?
Yep.
All right. The woman who appeared to you a little while ago, whom you saw mourning and began to console, but you did not now see the form of a woman, but an established city has appeared to you. And as for her telling you about the misfortune of her son, this is the interpretation. This woman whom you saw, whom you now behold as an established city, is Zion. And as for her telling you that she was barren for 30 years, it was because there were 3,000 years in the world before an offering was offered in it.
This was right before, there were 3,000 years before Yeshua came. Go ahead and read.
And after 3,000 years, Solomon built the city and offered offerings. Then it was that the barren woman bore a son. And as for her telling you that she brought him up with much care, and was the period of residence in Jerusalem. And as for her saying to you, when my son entered his wedding chamber and he died, and that misfortune had overtaken her, that was the destruction which befell Jerusalem. And behold, you saw her likeness, how she mourned for her son, and you began to console her for what had happened. For now the Most High, seeing that you sincerely grieved and profoundly distressed her, has shown you the brightness of her glory and the loveliness of her beauty. Therefore, I told you to remain in the field where no house has been built, for I knew that the Most High will reveal these things to you. Therefore, I told you to go into the field where there was no foundation of any building, for no work of man's building could endure in a place where the city of the Most High was to be revealed.
So we cannot be in the city of the Most High until he returned, just as Solomon rebuilt the temple when Zerubbabel and them come back and build the temple, because of our uncleanness. No man can do that. I want to show you that because we are stuck here in this captivity under these curses until Yeshua get back. Ain't nobody getting out of this. And sooner or later, we're going to have to deal with the ills of the captivity of our people and the results of the accountability that we help capitulate on our people. Nobody gets out of it. Not till Yeshua get back or till you draw your last breath. But guess what? You leaving behind a legacy of still children that died in the streets, fainted and tainted. Let's go next to the last plate. Let's go next to the last, Hosea chapter 3, 1 through 5. We got one more after this, and they real short. Hosea chapter 3, verses 1 through 5. What do it say, bro?
Let me get there real quick. Hosea 3. Oh, no, you good. You said Hosea 3, 1 through 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's Hosea 3, 1 through 5, and it reads, Then the Lord said unto me, Go yet, love of woman, beloved of her friend, yet an adulteress, according to the love of the Lord toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine. So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for a homer of barley, and for a half homer of barley. And I said unto her, Thou shalt abide for many days. Thou shalt not play the harlot, and thou shalt not be for another man. So will I also be for thee.
Mm-hmm.
For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim.
And we didn't dwell many days with no leadership. We didn't dwell many days with no rebuke from the pulpit or for the roster. We didn't dwell many days without a priest, a true priest. We didn't dwell many days, man. And look at our state. He said, for Israel should dwell many days. We just read in that Baruch. Yeah, can't nobody dwell there till he get back. Israel gonna dwell many days without a king. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in their latter days.
Look, in the what? In the latter days, in the end time. Last place, we're going to second Baruch. These are real short. These are real short, y'all. Second Baruch, we're going to read chapters 44 and 45. And I promise you, we're going to pseudepigrapha volume 1. And we're going to go to page 634. Let me get it up in the room. This is going to be the last one. 634. We're going to second Baruch. And we're going to read chapters 44 and 45. I'm telling you, they're real short. What 45 is, 44 is anyway. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's read that, Baruch. Go ahead and start at the top of 44 and read it on down.
And I, Baruch, went from there and came to my people and called my firstborn son and the Gedaliahs, my friends, and 7 of the elders of the people, and said to them, Behold, I go to my fathers in accordance with the way of the whole earth. You, however, do not withdraw from the way of the law, but guard and admonish the people who are left, lest they withdraw from the commandments of the mighty one. For you see that he whom serve is righteous, and that our Creator is impartial.
Mm-hmm.
And see what has befallen Zion and what happened to Jerusalem.
That's right.
That the judgment of the mighty one will be made known, as well as his ways, which are instructable and right. For when ye endure and persevere in his fear, and do not forget his law, the time again will take a turn for the better for you.
You see that? When you endure and persevere in the fear of the law, the time again will take a turn for your better. Go ahead and read.
And they will participate in the consolation of Zion, for that which is now is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But that which is in the future will be very great.
That's right.
For everything will pass away which is corruptible, and everything that dies will go away, and all present time will be forgotten, and there will be no remembrance of the present time which is polluted by evils. For he who runs now runs in vain.
Yes, sir.
And he who is happy will fall quickly and be humiliated. For that which will be in the future, that is what one will look for.
That's right.
And that which comes later, and that is what we shall hope for. For there is a time that does not pass away.
That's right.
And that period is coming, which will remain forever. And there is the new world, which does not carry back to corruption those who enter in its beginning, and which has no mercy on those who come into torment or those who are living in it. It does not carry to perdition. For those are the ones who will inherit this time which is spoken. And these is the inheritance of the promised time. These are they who prepare for themselves treasures of wisdom.
Yes, sir.
And stores of insight are found with them.
Yes, sir.
And they have withdrawn from mercy.
They have not withdrawn.
They have not withdrawn from mercy. And they have preserved the truth of the law.
Yes, sir.
For the coming of the world will be given to these. But the habitation of the many others will be in the fire.
You see that? But the habitation, a whole lot of folks go be in the fire. Read that 45, ain't but 2 verses. What it say, bro?
You therefore admonish the people as much as you can.
You see that? That's why we get on here and do it. You therefore admonish the people as much as you can. For what?
Wow. For this is our work.
That's all you're supposed to be doing. This is our work. To admonish the peoples, man. To cry loud, spread not. Wake them, shake them, bake them, whatever you got to do. Stay humble, be submissive, be loyal, because this is all you're supposed to be about right here. Everything else, it don't matter. Start at the top of that reading without me interrupting, brother. Read that on now. Start it back at the top.
You, therefore, admonish the people as much as you can, for this is your work. For when you instruct them, you will make them alive.
You see that?
I'll pray.
That's the lesson. Our young men are famous, and our daughters are tainted. And the light of hope continually grows dim. That's the lesson. We thank you for your time, and we hope you got some understanding in Yeshua's name. Let me unshare my screen. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again on this Shabbat night. Know we went a little long, but hey, man, it's been heavy on me. Heavy on me. I wanted to get it to the people, and want everybody to understand, man. Hey, we got too much work to do, man. We losing too many, and we ain't on our job. We need to get on it every day, all day. We need to be on this here, and but tomorrow. We'll be in class tomorrow at the BJ Chain Library. Where most I say the same. It's up in there who's gonna teach. There's several reasons for that, but somebody will be teaching to read. We can guarantee you that. We just don't know right now how things gonna shake out. Me and my brew, the faithful one, we've been talking, so we're gonna work it out. I want to thank my beloved little brother D-Ro for chopping it up with us, man. Reed stepping in, taking care of that business. And always a blessing. Y'all go over his website. What time y'all going on tomorrow, D?
Lord willing, man, be 11, man. We gonna finish out that chapter 6 on the Sermon of the Mount. Seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Yes, sir. So my brew and his reel gonna be on there tomorrow. Aquila and Priscilla Ministries. Y'all go over there and check them out. And we got still support our brother Eliyahu down there in Houston, Texas, the Houston Brews, doing their thing. We got the Tupelo Brews down there in Tupelo, Order McHale's deck, Tupelo. They doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Tupelo, y'all might be on midnight with them or something. I don't know. These jokes be up all time tonight, dropping that bomb. Hal Brown. You right, Hal Brown. All praise. All praise, Hal Brown. I know that joke, boy. He ready to get it in. All right, and then last thing I got is this Sunday, to my teachers and my readers. This Sunday at 6 o'clock. Y'all let me. If 6 o'clock not gonna work for y'all Sunday, just reach out to me and let me know. But I would like to have everybody on the call as much as possible. I'll be sending out a text message and a meeting invite for the next 2 months for the teaching and reading schedule for January and February coming up on the heathen calendar. Purim is not going to be far away after we get into what they call 2024. We're going to have a Feast of Purim coming up, one of our civil holidays, so we'll be getting together on that as well. But we want to thank everybody, man, for supporting the ministry. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, even comment. We like to see what the people thinking. We made a misstep. Hey, we're not above correction, y'all. Y'all check us on that. We want to stay in the way as much as possible. But if you got any questions, just hit us up. We'll be glad to answer any questions or concerns that you may have. D-Ro, you got anything for the people?
Nah, man, just y'all stay strong, man. Keep us in prayer. The folks that's bringing forth this. Let's keep us in prayer, man, because we get attacked heavy, man.
Oh, pray. That's right, bro. We show
us in prayer as we keep y'all in prayer as well.
That's right. That's right. Want to send them some special shout outs to my beloved brother Yaakov. He's still on the healing thing. Yeah, y'all keep sending prayers up, like the brother said, for each other and one another and the nation. With that, we gonna get out. Oh, Charlie Yah too. Y'all pray for Charlie Yah. He having some few little minor things. He's gonna get checked out. My real, she having a few things going on. Y'all just keep everybody lifted up in prayer, man. Pray for health, and all that, speedy recoveries and all that. All right. All praise honor, and great glory is unto our power, the power of Abraham, and the power of Isaac, and the power of our daddy Jacob. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. Y'all know how we do. I ain't got to say it. I'm going to play it. KOE, baby.
Kingdom over everything. You can say kingdom over everybody. Are you willing to put your mind, body, and soul on the line?
Call this kingdom over everything. I'm about my Abba's business, for I be my wedding ring. Married to the gospel and I'm faithful, never giving up. That's word to the chief. My belief in the spiritual. Do the work, plant the seed. Christ is what these people need. Not them doctors that y'all feed. Souls burning cause of greed. Hands to the piss out, like the swizz that from my brizz out. 10 toes biz out as I'm praying for my criz out. Precept on them precepts while I let the spirit direct. Every move I miss, can't let the serpent dissect my soul away. Praying for the strength to make it through the day. Darts flying at me, but a feast just keep me strapping. Pappy say he got me long as I worship his son. He say I'll never lack as long as he is number one. He is. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Call it KOE. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier of Yahweh. We gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this KOE. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier of Yahweh. We gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this KOE. Got the spirit of Moses up against Janus and Jambres, exposing the lies. That's why these preachers is mad at me. Repping the covenant that was gave to my fathers. The spirit of Abraham got me drinking the waters. I call that fully persuaded. I pray to y'all that I make it. About this booth I'm in, spiritually speaking. Oops, I mean spiritually speaking. From what I've been reading, as long as I'm breathing, it's 613 and I mean it. I got this work and I'm fiending to do it. Study to prove it. You ain't gotta believe it. He gon' make doing this season. We gon' be bending a knee. We gon' help ruling this kingdom. For the wicked it ends. They all gon' burn in they sins. I'm on a straight path, never turning right or left. Narrow is the road to salvation. We talking life or death. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Call it KOE. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. We call this KOE. Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. Whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it.
All right, family, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat. May the Most High be with you and bless you and your family. Shalom.